Hi, everyone. Hope everything is well. My name is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. Today, I had an opportunity to try to start reading through recent Fed report and press release from May the 14th. Just wanted to also kind of like go through just some of the data and the numbers. Before then, here I was had an opportunity to look back at my use of velocity banking and accelerated banking to reduce my overall debt, particularly the credit cards. So on the business side of the credit card, I think I had a previous balance of about 10,000. Now I'm down to $3,794.13 on my business side. On the personal side of the equation, I think I started off with 15,000 or more in credit card debt. Now I'm down to $8,467.89. I started this process in December of 2024 when I initially tried to get a first line HELOC, home equity line of credit, which would have wiped out a considerable amount of my debt because I was carrying high debt, had a high debt to income ratio, had too many consumer credit cards, they said, and some other things on our report. I was unsuccessful with getting that. So right now, between the two sides, my business side and personal side, I'm currently at $12,262.02. And looking at the report that I'm going to talk about in just a moment, according to the Federal Reserve of New York, one out of six households are carrying credit card debt at or using 90% utilization of their credit card of their credit card. So yeah, it's important that you want to go ahead and look at your credit card, look at your utilization. The institutions may increase the interest rate when they think that they are at more risk. So maybe to protect themselves, raise your interest rate. So be careful out there. All right, now I'm gonna go to a brief PowerPoint and just see if I can make a couple of points in general. All right. Now, again, my name is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy, and generally I work with clients to help them to look up their finances and see if we can make some changes. I am a political economist, so one of the additional things that I do is also look at national, state, local data, even sometimes neighborhood data, to try to help my clients understand the situation that we're in. And looking at this chart that came from the Fed's report of 2020 recently, these are the loan delinquency types of 90% by loan type. Over the past 20 years, which include the Great Recession, which I think was in quarter Q8, 9, and 10. We see credit card debt, student loan debt, auto loan debt, mortgage debt, and HELOC revolving debt. The blue line credit card delinquencies above their peak pandemic period. We're definitely looking to start to increase. The green represents auto loan, and there's been some videos and information other content providers have put out about auto loans and delinquencies. They're on the rise. Looking at the red line, student loan, I have student loan right now. My student loan debt is I think 157,900 of student loan debt that I'm carrying, and that's out of 328,000 in debt that I have still remaining. All right, so I know about student loan. So it shows that the student loan debt has dropped off, but I think Congress passed some rules or regulations not to be reporting to the Bureau for a while. That's why that kind of like seemed like it dropped off of a cliff. Mortgages in the gold and yellowish line, those delinquencies definitely has decreased and they seem to be increasing, but way below what happened during the great capitalist crises of 2008, 9, and also 5, where I picked up some mortgages in general. I also lost one mortgage during the bankruptcy, so that left me with three, and I just paid off one. So I can see the debt in the mortgage. I still have two mortgages to pay off, and I recently just paid off one with a HELOC. A red line, blue line. Okay. Let's see what else I can. Also looking at percent serious delinquency 90 days by loan type from Q1 to Q2. Mortgage debt has increased um, a few percentage from 59 to 92. Home equity line of credit has increased delinquency from 48 to 52. I just recently got my line of credit for 50,000. 500. Um, I've been unable to use it because there's a transfer kind of lockout period. The company that initially helped me to get it, they pretty much immediately sold it 3 days later. So I guess they were just acting as a middle person. Right now, in 2 more months or sooner, I'll really be able to start working with the HELOC. Right now, I'm only paying interest only on the HELOC in general. Student loan debt, uh, HELOC debt, we just talked about that. Credit card debt. Credit card debt is almost up 2 percentage points, 4.57 to 6.886 in general. So again, I've been working to try to reduce it and work with clients to help them reduce their debt. This is the foreclosure in the thousands by age. We can see earlier in Q8, Q9, and Q10, it was significantly high. Again, that was around the great capitalist crash. I picked up some properties during that time, but I got my first property when my first HUD home. Then I took on roommates. Those two roommates didn't work out. I had an older roommate that was commuting in the Atlanta metropolitan area. We were together for about 6 or 7 years, only charging 400 a month over those 6 years. And I used that simple $400 a month, what some we call house hacking. I didn't know I was house hacking, but I used it to build a portfolio of homes. So if I can do it, I think as one single person, possibly as two people, you can do it. I've seen some other YouTubers describe their situation. One YouTuber, I think, is up to 29 doors or maybe 29 properties as a result of her just starting by herself. But then when the husband came on board, they just started kicking it into overdrive. So house hacking can work. Delinquency are much lower in Q23 and Q24, which we are in, but they seem to be increasing, and maybe the low interest rates. Uh, and on my mortgages, I was carrying 6 to 7%. So when I when they say interest rates are high, I've been carrying the so-called high interest rates probably for the last 15 years. All right. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please leave the comments. In general, please hit the like button or subscribe. Leave me any questions that you may have. And here's my contact information. All right. So in summary, I would say Americans, we're continuing to see rise in prices in goods and services. What do you think out there that can be done? Do you also think there's going to be a rise or a fall in prices? How are you feeling in terms of the prices and where we're at? How are you doing with your personal debt or your business debt, particularly around credit cards? How are you feeling about your mortgage? Are you interested in a HELOC? Again, I had got this HELOC. This HELOC was able to wipe out 46,700 in debt. So I obtained a HELOC finally 5 months later after I improved my credit. And one again, it was 50,500 and it wiped out about 46,700 in debt. And the rest of this 46,700 included points, closing cost fees, and $1,200 in cash back at closing. Last cost of living, and again, the cost of living is going to increase in general. So just be careful out there and watch how you're using the credit cards in general. This is Dr. Financial Literacy. You have a great day. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share with others so we can show them how to use velocity banking, accelerated banking to reduce their debt. Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone.